Let's kind of just move in this area.
I tell you what, let's have all y'all over here so I can be on the camera if you don't mind. Now, I'm going to talk about the spiritual side of Aikido, and y'all that want to hang around, hang around. Y'all that want to leave, don't feel obligated to hang around. Yeah, sit down. I'm going to talk for a few minutes. When we started yesterday, and Greg asked us to talk about the history of our dojo, I mentioned that we started in a meditation center. And it was a meditation center long before we got to play Aikido in it. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of background on me so you can see where I'm coming from in this. Does everybody kind of understand what Toastmasters is? Yeah. Toastmasters is kind of a public speaking club. Well, in a 6-month time period, I started Toastmasters in June. I started Aikido in September. And then because I'm in a meditation center, I kind of felt obligated to at least look at it. And so I started meditation. Now, I was 33 at the time. So in this 6-month time period, I learned I did not know how to walk, talk, or breathe. This was a rather rude awakening for me. Now, I did at least look at it. Now, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. I told you the other day we went from the Lotus Center to the Y. Excuse me, we were at the Lotus Center, got kicked out of it, went to the Y, got kicked out of that. And Chuck Caldwell had 2 different dojos on 16th Street and around Classen. And in the second one, oh, I'm sorry, I got to back up a minute. Let me tell you how I got to Aikido in the first place. It was September the 4th of '79. This is a Tuesday. I'm out at a mall that still had bookstores in it at the time. And I had just moved back to Oklahoma City in February of that year. And I had thought, I need to do something kind of physical. And I thought, maybe I ought to do Tai Chi. That sounds neat. I'll see if I can find one. Now I'm at the bookstore September the 4th, a Tuesday, and I run into Carl Walden, which y'all heard the name yesterday. Him and Steve Duncan were the ones that started the Aikido in the Lotus Center. They're at the mall. Now, I didn't know Carl that well. I knew his wife from earlier in the 70s. And I knew he'd done judo for a long time. So I just asked him, I said, Carl, do you know where they might be doing a Tai Chi class? He goes, no, not really. He said, but we're going to do Aikido Thursday nights in the Lotus Center. Now, this was like 5 blocks from my house. What are we studying? Timing, balance. Now, what would have happened if I had denied that? You know, you can look at it any way you want, but how could you deny not going to something that's 5 blocks from your house when you're looking for something like this? Now, I'm sorry I had to skip back. I'm going to go back to the dojo on 16th Street. And again, we're studying timing and balance. The dojo on 16th Street, you know, like we said, no running water, no heat, no air, but we had a magical light. Thank you. This light would turn on and off at appropriate times, just like that fan went off as I was saying this. What are we studying? Timing and balance. I didn't tell that fan to go off at the right time. But when you see stuff like this happen, and you don't look at it for a little bit extra, you might miss out on something. The universe works in very methodical ways, and it's all energy, and that's what we're doing. We're studying the timing and the balance of the energy. Those things like that fan going off at the right time, that light at the 16th Street Dojo would flicker on and off at the right time. You'd be saying something, all of a sudden, boom, it would go off or on, it didn't matter. The people that were paying attention to it and wanted to see it, saw it, and understood this meant extra. Now, I know this, I hope this is not foreign to everybody, but the timing and balance, if you take this home with you and you start looking at these things, you will find them every day. And once you find it, if you pay attention to it and acknowledge it, you heard me go thank you out loud. Most of you didn't know why I did that. If you acknowledge it, maybe you'll get some more. If you ignore it, why should you get any more? You're practicing that just like you're practicing this. And this has led me to that. I've been doing this a long time. And the energy, if he attacks, I'm not going to fight him. You know, oh, are you down?
Yeah.
That was such quiet, I didn't even know he fell. And I don't, but I'm not going to fight him. I'm going to go with his energy. He grabs me and, he pulled and he told me to go over there. Well, the universe, when they go boom, it could be a car backfiring, it can be a light flickering, it could be the phone ringing. It doesn't matter what it is. It's giving you that little extra tidbit that if you'll pay attention to and listen to, you'll find that it's there to help you. I appreciate y'all listening.
Let's circle up. Call this. And we're looking forward to Dr. Kirby tomorrow.